everybody, welcome back to another episode of CoinLogic TV, where we are looking logically at crypto assets. I am your host, the Logical Dude, your favorite van life living, crypto investing digital nomad. Hope you guys are doing great today, because today I want to talk to you a little bit more on a subject that I've talked to you about in the past, and that is DAOs. And what is a DAO? Well, here according to Decrypt.co, a DAO is an organization where control is spread out across the participants instead of being built on a top-down hierarchy. So it's a different way of building a business or a fund or something like that. So a DAO can be seen as operating like a machine with a job that is instructed to carry out determined by a pre-written smart contract. So how do DAOs work? Well, a community can adapt a DAO and program it according to its own goals. Code is written in the form of smart contracts, which provides some sort of governance mechanism. Members typically use governance tokens to vote on decisions made by the DAO, such as allocation of funds. In the case of many DAOs, the impact of a member's vote can increase based on the amount that they contribute to the project. And the outcome can be based on the degree of participation as well as the voting preference. Meaning that, the DAO is, you got to vote. If you don't vote, then a lot of times things won't pass. So that does affect the DAO itself. So you got to, if you want to be a part of a DAO and be a voting member, you need to be an active member of that DAO. So what advantages do DAOs have? Well, transparency. For one, voting, funding decisions, and other actions are viewable by anyone and are recorded on the blockchain. So that's a little extra about me. More firepower. Well, members across the world can contribute, giving DAOs lower barriers to entry than companies. So if you think about like stocks, like common stocks, you really don't have any kind of say-so over, company voting and that kind of thing. So with a DAO, and then you're also, geographically, halted from buying stocks in a lot of cases. So with a DAO, anybody, anywhere can purchase DAO tokens or governance tokens and get involved in a DAO and have a say-so. So that company can be spread out all across the world and be a global company. Pretty cool concept. So really, Web3 and the internet are really kind of breaking down barriers with this. So they are cheaper. So the concept has firmly taken root in the DeFi sector, and there are many tools which can be used like Legos, so little needs to be built from scratch. So like with our Blocktunes DAO that I'm currently building, and I'll give you a little preview of that because we do have some working stuff going on with Blocktunes DAO. You can create your own DeFi farms inside of a DAO where you can create farm yields, and you can have different structures to where people get paid out in different tokens when they decide they want to get out of the DAO and burn their LP tokens or something like that. I'll show you how all that works with the XDAO platform. We'll get into that in just a moment. So, and DAOs are collaborative, so giving everyone a voice pools mass knowledge for a proposal and enables experts to invest in the ecosystem that they are building. So, it's a really awesome concept. I really like the direction that DAOs are going to be able to take the future of, companies and governance and that kind of thing. So, little quote here by a guy that Jadmont Zeng from Waterdrip Capital. I probably murdered that name, but we believe that DAOs will play a starting role as the world makes a shift to Web 3.0, paving the way for fully decentralized companies. And I firmly agree. So be on the lookout. And that's going to be the new way to involve, to really sell stocks and that kind of thing. So, but you got to be careful about your local regulations for now. One day we're going to, I believe we're going to overtake the regulators. But until then, you got to abide by your local regulations. So that's why with our Blocktunes DAO, if you want to get involved in our governance board sale, you actually can't, You got to be an accredited investor, or a sophisticated investor is what they call it now here in the US. The way that we call that, sophisticated, is if you know how to use a VPN and pay with crypto, you can get involved in our DAO. So yeah, that's the way that works. So anyway, let's get right on over to looking at XDAO and what you can do with this really cool platform. So you can create your DAO with XDAO. XDAO is the fastest framework to create and manage decentralized autonomous organizations. We currently have just over 1.8 million safely managed with XDAO. XDAO is a new platform. So the version 1 only ran for like 6 months, and then the version 2 has only been up for the last couple of months. That came in like a little public preview beta like the end of November, early December, and they've been just kind of building stuff out on it's basically still a public beta at this point, so take that into account. But they have an amazing team and a community we got on Telegram and on Discord, and they're really quick to respond to stuff. And yeah, very helpful if you have any questions. So it's a great platform. I'm glad to be involved with them. This is not a sponsored video, by the way. This is just me showing you how this works, you know? Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. I'm trying to share a really cool platform. So we do have an agreement at some point in the future when they start distributing their XDAO tokens. I will get some of that. So I will get, you know, some airdrop tokens for that. So, but I don't know how much. That hasn't all been discussed or anything like that. So I'll just be happy with whatever. I'm just talking about a really awesome platform that I am currently using to build my stuff, to build my DAOs, the DAOs for blockchains. And we have one started for CoinLogic. There is just no money in there yet. So, I had some other things I had to take care of first, and Blocktunes, getting that started was definitely one of those. But we're going to be getting the CoinLogic one started up here pretty soon, and I got some really cool ideas on how anybody will be able to just get involved. So let's get right into this and talk about this platform. So what are DAOs used for? So trust management. So collect funds and interest in other projects through launch pads and other platforms. So basically you can invest in other DAOs into your DAO. So it's kind of cool. Venture investments. So reducing the risk of loss of funds. Make decisions about spending in invested companies. So basically like joint, you know, like a joint VC kind of type of thing. Hedge funds. Connect to any DeFi protocol on one of the 4 platforms and deliver liquidity through the DAO. And I'll show you how we have that set up through the Blocktunes DAO here in just a moment. Gaming guilds and NFT funds. This is going to be the game changer, because if you guys have been seeing any of my other stuff, you know I'm like going really hard and heavy into gaming NFTs and namely Splinterlands right now. But I got other projects I've got my eye on, but I'm really just kind of focusing on Splinterlands. They have the whole GameFi thing kind of like nailed down right now. And they are the biggest blockchain game in the world by user base and transactions. So they are beating a lot of the other projects out there, just not the most widely spread out one, because, you know, I don't know why the mainstream influencers don't talk about Splinterlands, but whatever. Gaming yields and NFT funds is a way that you can use DAOs, because that's what we're talking about today. Project money management. So manage your shared project budget. So if you have a project, so say you're working with a group of people and y'all are building something together and you're wanting to pool your funds in a fair and safe and transparent way, you can create a DAO. Give each person a governance token fund, and and you can do equal or whatever percent that person contributes in investment tokens, so that, you know, if anybody wants out, they can burn or, you know, get their portion of the investment out, that kind of thing. And then you also have charity funds, so you can distribute funds transparently and securely through a charity DAO. You can create one of those, which is really cool. So I've got some really cool ideas for that as well as some possible like an insurance DAO kind of situation. So I know there is like an insurance DAO here, but here's where you can come down. You can scroll down. They've added this. They did have audits done by Pessimist Security and Hacking Cybersecurity there. So like I said, multi-chain support. You got Ethereum, Polygon, BSC, and HECO. And this is showing the core team. So I have dealt with, at least I've had conversations with 3 of the top 4. I don't know if I've had any interactions with this guy yet, but I've had interactions with the other 3, and they're all really nice and very helpful people. And it's showing their advisors, DeFi project integration. You can also use, like if you are on the Hive blockchain, I know the Hive blockchain is fans of Cub DeFi. You can use Cub DeFi in the DAOs. Little note on that. If you're wanting to get your Polygon airdrop for your Polycub, if you're using Cub, do not put it in the DAO, because there is not a Polygon equivalent to your address for the DAO, because it's a smart contract, not a wallet. It's a different thing. So that's why we changed up our investments in Blocktune's DAO as well. So let's get right on into that, actually. We're going to launch this application, and it's going to immediately ask you to connect your wallet. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to come over here, because I know my stuff is on Binance Smart Chain. We're going to switch that up. And I'm going to go ahead and just connect my MetaMask wallet, or you can use Wallet Connect, either way. And I'm going to connect MetaMask. I don't think you can see MetaMask popping up there, but let's see here. All right. I'm just looking at something. Yeah, you can't see MetaMask. Okay, so anyway, you have to sign your MetaMask transaction there. You can't see it because I'm just showing the browser window here. All right, so you are currently, when you get in there and you sign in with your wallet, you are going to see any DAO that you hold a governance token for, you're going to see right over here, or that you hold an investment token for, or something like that, you're going to see right over here under My DAOs. So when you click on that, you can, you're going to see your DAO dashboard. You're going to see the amount under management here. So you see we just kind of got started off with our DAO. So we've got a little over 1.36 thousand in there working. And I'll show you, because you can actually come over here to DBank, 8board, Zapper, Zeron. You can see all the contents of it here. DBank has the best figures, and that's actually what this AUM number is coming from, is from DBank. So when you come over here, you can actually see how the funds have been allocated and broken up. So you see we're using this is the Blocktunes DAO. So in the Blocktunes DAO currently, we are spreading out between Venus Protocol and between PancakeSwap. Like I said, we started off with Cub Finance, but yeah, we ended up changing up for a couple of different reasons, and just put the farm going here into PancakeSwap. Venus Finance is a cool protocol because it's kind of like Compound Finance, but for Binance Smart Chain. So it's a place that you can lend out your funds and earn interest, and you can also borrow against it. So the reason that we chose in the Blocktunes DAO to use Venus Finance was for a couple of reasons. One, these funds are just sitting here earning interest right now. Cake actually earns over 20% interest in most times. And then it all fluctuates. It's all based on the rules of the smart contracts and based on supply and demand of the lending markets in Venus Protocol. But it's all earning interest, just sitting there. And these tokens can all be liquidated if somebody wants to, say, burn their investment tokens. All right. This, on the other hand, is working and cannot be liquidated using the investment tokens that I can find right now. At least that's just currently. So, but what we've got going here in the Blocktunes DAO is we've got the Caked BNB farm earning cake tokens. So we're eventually going to harvest that, and then we're going to put them into Venus Protocol to keep earning and use them as, liquid funds if we need to. But the reason we also have it in Venus is that gives us a credit line for our business, which is kind of cool. So we can actually borrow against these funds here. So as people invest in our DAO, we are going to split up. The way that Blocktunes is going to split it up is, or the way that, kind of like the way we're wanting to start the allocation, once we have all the governance tokens issued out to everybody, then it'll be up to the community what we do. But for now, we are thinking, and I've actually had some financial advice behind this, is to do a 30% in Pancake Swap as a farm and then keep the other 70% in these liquid tokens here in Venus. So that, you know, if people wanted to pull out, they have a significant amount that they can pull from, that kind of thing. And then we can build these funds, and then this cake fund can eventually be dispersed to as dividends as well. So whatever we don't use for marketing or for paying bills or anything like that, we can disperse to our investors. So that's kind of how we're working that. But this just shows you a breakdown here on DBank, and you can get to that directly from your XDAO dashboard here. So the XDAO dashboard also shows you your liquidity offers. So you have a public offer for your liquidity tokens. So if this is like your stock in the company, the governance token is separate from the investment token. So you can come here and you can buy. Right now, we are doing one liquidity token for 10 BUSD. Just through the initial governance token sale, which is going on through March 31st, 2022. And then we're going to recalibrate the cost of the LP token at that point. So this is a place to where people that do have voting governance tokens can come in here and they can create their own voting. You can choose different voting types. So you can say, okay, we want to mint governance tokens. So when we have a governance sale, this is how I'm going to give you your governance token, kind of thing. So I'm going to mint that. If somebody wants to leave the DAO and wants to burn their governance token, then we can burn it. If they want to move their governance token to somebody else, we can move governance tokens that way. So we can change up the voting quorum. Right now it's set at 21%, just to make it easy in case people just are not as active as we would like them to be. We can still get votes passed and that kind of thing if we need to. But that can also be changed too through a DAO vote. So then we have stuff that we can do for the LP tokens. So we can initialize a new public offer. We can create private offers. We can disable private offers. We can change the minting status, and we can change the burning status, and then we can freeze those statuses. We can transfer different tokens, BNB and whatever other token that we want to send. We just have to go and get the contract for that address for that token. And then we can also approve tokens. You can also approve farms and stuff this way as well. That's kind of a quick way to get stuff approved and enabled. So if you already know like the smart contract for whatever farming tokens that you're wanting to use, you can get those approved right here as well through a DAO vote. So creating a DAO is very easy. You just come over here to create a DAO. You give your DAO a name. And you give your DAO a symbol. That symbol is going to be the symbol for your governance token, okay? So this is where this is going to be your address, and then this is going to be how many governance tokens that you're going to issue to your address. If you want to add a partner, so say you already have a business partner or 2, 3, 4 business partners, and you already, you know, are ready to go with them. Well, they need to give you their wallet address, and then you add them as a partner. And then you send them however many governance tokens you're going to send them. And then this is how you set up your initial quorum, which again can be changed through a DAO vote later on. And then you create your DAO, and that's it. That's it. That's how you create your DAO. They make it so super easy that anybody can get involved and do this. Okay, so there are different modules coming. This is all, you know, like I said, this is still a public beta, but their modules are all coming soon. They're going to have different ways that you can interact with the DAO, different little tools for transaction combinations, delegation, stuff like that. Transaction automation, this is going to be a big one. gas compensation. So there's going to be different modules that they're going to have, and I know that they're going to be building more in the future as well. You can also come in and just check out the ecosystem, just based on, amount locked up in the funds. There's our little Blocktunes DAO right here. So yeah, you can come in here and you can say, okay, I want to invest in these different DAOs. Well, you can come in here and you can see which ones have public offers available right now. So you can come in here and you can purchase this MetaBit DAO, which has got almost $15,000 worth of assets locked up under management. If you want to know what's going on with that, you can invest right now, or you can go to their DAO and go and check out their DAO. So you can see they have 5 members in the DAO, and that's all they're going to be doing. And they're not even allowing burning of tokens. So, and then you can go in here and debank, and you can go and see what they've got locked up in their DAO. So they mostly have all tokens. They don't have any kind of DeFi going on. They've just got tokens sitting in here. So you can choose which DAOs that you want to get involved with, which is pretty cool. Pretty nifty little thing here. So, and you can see right now that we're actually number 2. Our Blocktunes DAO is the ones available for public offering at the moment. So if you want to come and get involved, you can come and purchase here, or you can go to blocktunes.net and purchase tokens directly through the website using any crypto or fiat right now. But when that sale is done, this is where you're going to come and purchase your LP tokens. So that's all done right here through the DAO. And for when you want to connect with DeFi projects, what you can do, and here's how I do it. I actually use a second browser, so I'll set up like Chrome, just because it's a little easier to do it this way. So I've got Brave on one window, Chrome on the other. And what I do is I will come in here and I will hit connect. All right, so I will go into whatever. So let's say, okay, we're going to go to PancakeSwap. All right, I'm going to go to Connect Wallet. We're going to use Wallet Connect, copy to clipboard. All right, and then we're going to go back and we're going to paste that. And then we're going to say, okay, we're going to connect the Blocktunes DAO with PancakeSwap. And now anything I do here in PancakeSwap is connected to the DAO, which is pretty cool. Now, here's the thing that, and like I said, I hope they're going to fix this in the future, is the fact that for each time that you make a move, so every time you trade something, every time you go to add liquidity, or every time you go to enable something, that each move is going to be a DAO vote. So what it's going to do, so every time you enable a smart contract or you go to make a trade, the confirmation is going to happen as a DAO vote. So that will send you back over to the DAO to create the vote. Okay. So if you have, and that's where the modules are going to come into play in the future, because if you have multiple transactions, that's a lot of work, because you have to go in, that's why I say I use Chrome, is because I go in and I clear the browser cache after every vote so that I can make a new wallet connection every time. So when I make a new wallet connection, it then, I can create a new vote, and then it goes through the DAO properly. So hopefully that can, get a little easier down the road. But it works. It's really cool. So that's how we have PancakeSwap added to the DAO. And you can see here we've got $2.12 to collect from our farm. So just for purposes of the video, and because I want to show this to you, we're going to harvest this. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to hit harvest all. All right, well, this is now where I'm going to come back over here, and I'm going to go back to my DAO, and you see now we've got all this stuff down here, and this is creating the vote, okay? So I'm going to give it a title. I'm going to say harvest cake. from farm. We'll say PCS farm. Pancake swap farm. And then you can put in here a full description. Harvesting cake for demo video. And then we create voting. And then your MetaMask is going to pop up that you are currently not seeing right now. And then you're just going to have to sign it. And then the vote gets created. And now you see the vote. All right. So now your voting is in progress. Okay. So good stuff. So now the vote is in progress. Other members of the DAO can now come and vote and get that activated. So once that gets activated, then it will harvest that cake. Until then, and it has 3 days to do that. Until then, it's just going to be kind of sitting in limbo. So for purposes of the video, I'm actually going to swap over. I've got 2 accounts here. I'm going to swap over, and I'm actually going to go back to the DAO. And now I'm on a different wallet account now that has governance tokens. And we are going to go and activate this, and I'm going to show you how that works. So now you're going to come down here and say, okay, so if you're a DAO member, you can say, okay, well, there's a new voting in process, 3 days. You click on the vote, you see what it's all about here, and then you can sign the voting. You say, okay, I agree with it. So I sign the voting. And now if you have enough quorum votes, so if there's enough percentage of the governance tokens that have voted, then you can come in here and hit activate voting. Whoever activates the voting is going to be paying the gas fees. So take that into account. So, you know, handle that with your DAO however you handle that. But in a lot of cases, it would be the person who is submitting the vote. They would activate, you hit confirm in MetaMask, and then the transaction starts. And you wait for, you know, time for it to run through the blockchain. And then when it is done, it'll be finished. You can go back to Pancake Swap, and those tokens will be harvested. And we will go to DBank, and then you will be able to see them in the wallet. All right, so voting was a success. And come back here. Now we have 0 to collect from the farm. All right. And we're going to refresh DBank here. Now you see our cake tokens sitting here. We have $2 worth of cake tokens sitting there. So yay, there we go. I'm going to leave those sitting there until I get more built up where it's worth the gas fees to put them into Venus Finance. So for now, that's where it's going to sit. But at this point, if somebody somebody in the DAO wanted to say trade it for, BUSD or for BNB or something like that, they could connect into, say, Pancake Swap or whatever or 1inch or whatever exchange they wanted to go into, start the exchange, and then for the confirmation, they would create their own DAO vote. And then the rest of the DAO would decide on whether or not it was a good idea to swap Pancake into whatever token they wanted to swap it into. So that's how that works. That's how basically DAOs work. It's pretty, there's a lot under the hood going on, but XDAO makes it really easy for you to be able to utilize that. And that's why I'm using that for mine. Again, not a sponsored video, just something that I'm doing and I wanted to share with you guys. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. So that's pretty much the end of it. DAOs are really awesome. They are going to be, like I said, the future of companies, organizations. You can make them family trusts. You can do all kind of stuff. So check it out for yourself. If you're interested in getting involved in the project that I've got going on here with Blocktunes DAO, I'm going to be doing a bit more of a deep dive on that coming up soon. maybe in the next video, because, you know, why not? Just kind of segue into the next video kind of thing. So we may be looking at the Blocktunes DAO, kind of what we've got going on and what our plans are with that. So kind of get a little bit more into detail on that project. And I'm going to start doing, like I said, more apps, more video, tutorial videos and that kind of thing. If you like that kind of stuff, make sure to let me know in the comments. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Be cool, be real, always abide. And don't get wrecked out there in these crazy volatile markets. Be safe.